Yo, Sanjay Uchiha here, people, bringing you my review on Dragon Ball Super Episode 64. As translated by Herms98 on Twitter, praise and adore him. The explosive birds of the merged Zamasu, which I actually prefer when, compared to the Crunchyroll's episode title translation. It just sounds cooler. Um, I know I'm doing my review a bit late, since I watched the episode last night, both raw, um, along with the translations I would have gotten from Herms98 on Twitter. So shout out to him. And I watched the episode again with the sub Crunchyroll. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. So definitely getting into it. I don't want to make this review too long, but let's get into it. So really, this episode starts, and I apologize for the noise in my background. Can't help it right now, honestly. But yeah, I'm just going in, no fancy editing here. So this episode was good. It had its share of problems, which I'm not gonna defend against from a writing perspective, but it was good. So coming off the epicness of last week's episode, we continue with the fight between Vegeta and Black, with Vegeta continuing to have his moments, and as well as Goku continuing to fight Zamasu on the other side of things. So we eventually get to the point, we get some awesome scenes of Vegeta being a badass, dominating the fight with Black. And Black tries to, deduce how Vegeta's gotten so powerful. And he mentioned it's probably through anger at, him essentially destroying the future, making a mess of his son's life. And yes, it is true that Saiyans, they can get a power boost through anger, but of course Vegeta is not going to tell Black that I trained in the hyperbolic time gym for at least 6 months. He's not going to tell him that. But what this episode continues to show me where Black is concerned is that Black's ability to instantly get stronger it's still ever present. It's kind of like a problem to me how they illustrate how Zamasu gets Zenkai boost within Goku's body. It just seems highly. We've never really seen anything like it, honestly speaking. It's like he just gets instantly. Any damage he receives, he just instantly gets a Zenkai boost and he's healed, per se. We can still see that he's still damaged from how they've illustrated how they draw him in certain scenes, but still. So he essentially gets a scene of him shoving the blade into his own blade into his hand, which I'm guessing they don't let pierce his own hand because of censorship reasons. Or I don't know if it was a. I kind of like the decision there from an artistic point of view, but I don't know. And he pulls out this crazy sight, which I'm totally digging right there. And then he goes on to say that if Vegeta gets stronger from anger, then he should be the strongest because he believes that he has the most anger of all. So he slashes, Vegeta dodges, and he opens this rift in the sky, this tear in the sky, which even he doesn't know what it is. He states if it's probably another universe, probably another timeline. He doesn't know. He feels that his power has reached a point where even he doesn't even understand, which I don't know. It's weird. It's weird to say the least. But yeah, we eventually get some Goku on Zamasu action. Goku commenting how Zamasu lets his guard down because of his immortality, and then eventually we get this awesome split screen of Goku and Vegeta versus Black and Zamasu, and they collide. The after effects, the shocks ripple throughout the city, affecting, reaching even up to the garage where Bulma and Trunks are. But this is where things kind of start getting strange. Zamasu is he managed to escape from Goku and heads to Trunks and Bulma and Mai, who are fixing the time machine and the Mafuba jar. But Black pulls out this new technique. He uses that tear in the sky, whatever it's ripping the time-space continuum, I don't know. And he introduces like essentially a shadow clone technique, essentially from Naruto, which it kind of reminds me of Majin Buu. And essentially, if Goku and Vegeta try to attack, they poof into air and they reform, and they can attack Goku and Vegeta, but Goku and Vegeta can't really. They're not making any headway, and the numbers only keep on increasing. So that was kind of cool to see from Black, but it's kind of weird. Black's constant increase in power, it's just weird, honestly speaking. But yeah, after that, I think the major part that takes away from the episode is that we see Mai telling Trunks that Zamasu was on his way, right? And then we get the characters there of Trunks, Mai, and Bulma trying to hatch a plan to, buy time, so they can figure out how to seal him essentially. So Bulma mentions that, well, Trunks mentions that Goku isn't here to do the sealing, but she shows Trunks a video she recorded of Piccolo doing the Mafuba, which really doesn't explain anything, as Trunks points out. I'm glad they actually mentioned that. But he watches the video, and Bulma goes on to try to stall time by flirting with Zamasu, which doesn't work at all. Trunks comes by, sees what's happening. Zamasu has Bulma by the throat, and it's right away. It's a direct flashback to how Black killed future Bulma. So Zamasu doesn't kill her, but he throws her to one side. Trunks powers up to, I guess I'll call it pseudo Super Saiyan Blue, or imperfect, incomplete, I don't know. Pick your pick. I don't know, pick your poison. But yeah, and he powers up to that, and like out of nowhere, Trunks just knows how to do the Mafuba. Now, I don't have a problem with Trunks getting the spotlight. He's been getting a lot of spotlight in this arc, considering it is essentially his arc. He's basically the protagonist of this arc, in a sense. But it just came off as shitty writing to me to have Trunks just instantly learn the Mafuba. Trunks has never really been portrayed as a. He's half Saiyan, so he has a lot of potential to grow stronger, more so than the full-blooded Saiyans of Goku and Vegeta, but he's never been portrayed as a prodigy where learning new techniques has been concerned, or even forms. So him just instantly learning how to do the Mafuba compared to Goku, who was practicing it the whole night per se, for a few hours to say the least. It's just stupid, honestly. So eventually we get Trunks sealing him, but of course, for plot convenience, Goku has forgotten the sealing tag, so the seal doesn't hold and Zamasu escapes. Black realizes that Zamasu's ki keeps reappearing and disappearing, so instant transmissions to check it out, and the rip in space-time closes for some reason. I don't know. Goku and Vegeta follow suit with instant transmission as well. It's interesting to note that Goku couldn't use instant transmission. He couldn't lock on to Trunks' ki because of the tear in space-time that Black did. So that's interesting to note. But yeah, he follows suit. Zamasu, convinced that mortals aren't as... they're not the bugs he thought they were, and he feels that they've been underestimating them. So, unlike what we previously thought, that probably Black and him fuse out of desperation, I wouldn't really say it was that. They've just had enough, really, and Zamasu switches the earring, and they decide to pull out their trump card, I guess. Goku and Vegeta instantly pick up what it is, and then boom, the moment we've all been waiting for in the episode. The merged god Zamasu. He claims to be the most powerful of all the gods. And that's basically your episode. Animation-wise, episode was okay. Again, it was no episode 57. I keep referring back to that because that episode was so amazing. But the character models in this episode were okay as well. I kind of prefer the models in the latter half of the episode. There were some good shots here and there. I like that. But really and truly, Trunks learning the Mafuba instantly is what really takes away from this episode. I don't like how the writers approach that. There must have been some other way they could have done that. And probably some of you might say, oh, Sanjay Uchiha, what else could they have done? I mean, anything else except that. It's like they just used it to show that, hey, we don't have the ceiling tag, which I feel they could have done without. They could have found some other way. But yeah, that definitely takes away from the episode. It was an okay to good episode, despite the fact of that. But despite the negatives, the hype is still real. Burns got Zamasu, what I think if Zamasu with Goku Super Saiyan here, but white. The facial structure is a bit. It's mostly Zamasu. He has a green skin. I mean, most of you already know this, but the figure is just slightly, if at all, like Goku, which I think it should have been more like Goku's. But I've seen some fan designs, obviously, in the past few weeks that are better than the design we got. But not to say that I'm bashing the design we got. It's still pretty decent. It's okay, at least to say the least. I like it. It's not bad. But yeah. So definitely an okay episode. I'm hyped contrary to how I sound. The next episode preview is looking pretty good. I may do a predictions video tomorrow, so look out for that. I'm still overdue to do a discussion video on what I think about Black's the evolution of his power throughout this arc, what makes it weird compared to I guess the other Saiyans. It's like this weird kind of Zenkai. It's weird. I don't know if it's because a Kai in the same body produces a different results, a variation of Zenkai. I don't know, but we'll have to see. Next episode is looking pretty epic. We're waiting on that Vegito Super Saiyan Blue. We're waiting on that. But of course, they'll Goku and Vegeta look like they're. I don't know why they do this. They fuse. They're gonna fight him individually or as a team without fusion, and then get their ass kicked, and then fuse more than likely. We'll have to wait and see. But I guess it's only fair because we still need to see. The writers need to create a situation of desperation why they need to fuse. I guess. So it'll be a good display of what Fusion Zamasu can do. But yeah, all in all, it was a okay to good episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Share this video out. And subscribe for more. Let me know what you think of this review. Sanjay Uchiha, and I'll see you in the next one.